My name is Kevin Jones at the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas. And I get to tend the rabbits, and you get to tend the rabbits. Lenny giggled with happiness. And live on the fat of the land, yes. Lenny turned his head. No, Lenny, look down there across the river, like you can almost see the place. Lenny obeyed him. George looked down at the gun. There were crashing footsteps in the brush now. George turned and looked toward them. Go on, George. When are we going to do it? Going to do it soon. Me and you and me. Everybody going to be nice to you. Ain't going to be no more trouble. Nobody going to hurt nobody nor steal from them. Lenny said, I thought you was mad at me, George. No, Lenny, I ain't mad. I ain't never been mad, and I ain't now. That's the thing I want you to know. The voices came close now. George raised the gun and listened to the voices. Lenny begged, let's do it now. Let's get that place now. Sure, right now. I got it. We got it, said George. And George raised his gun and steadied it, and he brought the muzzle to the close back of Lenny's head. The hand shook violently, but his face set and his hand steadied. He pulled the trigger. The crash of the shot rolled up the hills and rolled down again. Lenny jarred and then settled slowly forward to the sand, and he lay without quivering. George shivered and looked at the gun, and then he threw it from him, back up on the bank near the pile of old ashes. The brush seemed filled with cries, and with the sound of running feet, Slim's voice shouted, George, where you at, George? But George sat stiffly on the bank and looked at his right hand that had thrown the gun away. The group burst into the clearing, and Curly was ahead. He saw Lenny lying on the sand. Got him, by God! He went over and looked down at Lenny, and then he looked back at George. Right in the back of the head, he said softly. Slim came directly to George and sat down beside him, sat very close to him. Never you mind, said Slim. Guy got to sometimes.